get on the right path. And let me tell you something.
I disagree.
It's crushing when you get no. When you're sending out several applications a day, and a lot of stuff is online now, and it's been that way for a lot of years. It's like, and you're sending these applications out, and you got to put on there that you've been convicted of a crime and stuff like that, and you're just not hearing back, man. You're just.
Let's say there's a million people that are convicted. What is it called? That have been convicted of a crime. Let's say 1 million of them. Out of that million that are in need of employment, out of that million, I just made up that number.
Yeah.
But out of 1 million, how many of that million that are unemployed, looking for jobs, whatever type of jobs, do you think filled out an application today?
I don't have an answer for that. You know,
this is just a hypothetical.
Yeah. What I can say is that sure, there are some people that don't want to work. There are some people that have no desire of getting ahead in life.
Most.
I don't know most, but there are some people that take advantage of the system in every way that they can.
So you don't see yourself as different. You think that you're, in this scenario we're talking about, you think that everybody is going to see, like after the teaching thing, that wipes out a whole bunch of people that just give up and they slack off. After the whole thing with the nursing thing, that first opportunity that you had and that how it went down, that releases, if they make it to that level of where you made it, that knocks out a whole nother thing. Remember, you said you was just being hopeful. You was being optimistic. And then after the Cigna thing happened, and right after that, and then the school thing on top of that, and then what you're going to do with your children, you compile all of that, you're different. And most people ain't fighting the way that you fight to get it, but you don't see it as that. You count your effort, your type of effort, like that's everybody's type of effort that has a criminal record. And that's not true. I wish it were true, because then there would probably, that guy from the news, he would have probably took faster action on it. Maybe there's a petition that needs to be signed of some sort that gets people in place. But people who are putting up your type of effort in your type of situation are far and in between. And you disagree, right?
It's not that I disagree. My attitude is for the people that are, not the people that aren't. So okay. Even when I'm talking with guys that I work with these blue collar workers, and a lot of them had this idea of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, work hard, get ahead. Number one, if you're in the union, you didn't do anything. The people that died in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, they forged this path for us. We have a union because of them. We haven't done anything. We're reaping the benefits. The people that live in America now are reaping the benefits of what other people did. The people that came here, number one, and slaughtered a bunch, and not to get in it, but slaughtered a bunch of people. The slave that built this country. We are all reaping the benefits of other people. That's what we're doing. Now we continue to do good, and then the next generations will reap the benefits as well. But we're reaping the benefits of what other people do. So my argument isn't for the people that aren't. My argument and my cause is for the people that are. There are obviously – I brought up that other thing. I got sidetracked because, a lot of the guys at work, they're like, people just – they want to collect welfare. They want to they want to do this. They want to this. They live in the hood. They drive Cadillacs and all this crazy stuff, right? I'm like, well, guess what? If you're so upset about that, you can do that too. You can collect welfare and live in the hood if you want. What are you so upset about? Oh, they're my tax dollars. Whatever. Yes, there are people that take advantage of the system.
Exactly.
There are people that don't want to get ahead. There are people that will go back to hustling and selling drugs and say, I couldn't get a job because of my criminal record. Therefore, I need to feed my kids or I need to support my family. I'm going to go back to selling drugs. I'm not arguing for those people. I'm arguing for the people that want to get ahead. I'm arguing for the people that need welfare because they're in a tough spot. I'm not arguing for the ones that take advantage of it. I'm arguing for the people that need it, that want to get ahead, that need a helping hand, that need a job, that want a job. Those are the people I'm arguing for. So I agree with you. Yeah, there's a host of people that they don't want it. And yes, at the first no, that's their excuse not to go any further. But I'm not paying attention to that. That's their business.
Okay.
For the people that are in my position and they're trying to get ahead, those are the people I'm shooting for.
Okay, so as we're winding down, right?
Hour goes by fast, doesn't it? When you get all into a conversation.
Yeah, this was actually a learning experience for me.
Well, that's good.
But I'm curious to know I like that idea when you was like you would if they suspected or if they agreed to one, what'd you say? If they said, hey, once a week, if you want to be a teacher once a week, we're going to have to drug test you because of your your specific criminal background. Have you ever tried that, or would that be a bad idea? You have you're taking your criminal record with you. You're checking the box where it says that you're meeting with the person. Have you ever tried to suggest an idea like that when you went in, or would that be a bad idea to suggest it during an interview, like a plead, like, listen, I'll do this if you need me to? Have you ever tried, and would that be a bad idea for someone who's listening?
I don't know that I tried it. I think I may have mentioned it to the person at Cigna Healthcare. But for me, I don't think it'd be a bad idea for me because I knew I know me. Like, you don't know me as hiring me, but I know me. And what I'm telling you is that, look, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to risk some of my autonomy and pee in a cup for you to prove to you that isn't an issue for me anymore. And I'm worthy of this job because this is what I want to do. And they do it other places. You're on probation, you got to go pee, right? You got to, anything with the courts, you're taking pee tests. You're taking urine tests, you're taking drug tests, so if we have an epidemic, that, such as we do with drugs and stuff like that. And right now we're in the process of like trying to legalize, weed and, because people have been caught with weed and we're like, why are people being sent to jail for weed and, and all this, and you end up with this criminal record and stuff. And you have the criminal record, and on one hand, the medical community is saying addiction is a disease. And on the other hand, it's criminal. And one is saying it's a disease and you can be helped and stuff like this. But on the other side, they're saying, so what? You committed a crime as a result of your disease, so you're not worthy to work in this place or hold this position or do anything such as that.
Never thought about it like that.
So, I'm lucky in that I got in the union. I make decent money. I'm not hurting for money. I'm not rich by far, but what I'm saying is I make decent money. As a union carpenter, you make good money. It's a good career. It's dirty. It's dangerous, and all that goes with it. But I still haven't given up either. I haven't been to school in 2 years. I took a break. I'm going back in June to finish my degree. I got about 8 classes left to my bachelor's degree. And then I'm thinking about grad school, and we'll see where it goes. I haven't given up on the dream of doing something else.
Okay, so we've discussed you in regards to your criminal record, how it holds you back from a job, but can we somehow structure this, or maybe give some bullet points on maybe the best, like a starter kit, like a starter setup of what, like, you have a criminal record, what should they do, like to get in the door somewhere, or to get on the path of going in the right direction as far as employment? What would that look like? Like, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, or however you want to, put it together.
Like you had said this earlier about, getting a job. It may not be your ideal job or something like that. You said something along that. I think that's number one. Like, you're going to have to take something, and it may not be what you were shooting for. It may not even pay that much. And that's difficult, because when you're not making enough money, it's difficult. You're trying to make ends meet, and it's difficult. It's not a reason to give up, but it's difficult. But you're going to have to take something, and it might be digging ditches. It might be some back-breaking work that you don't necessarily like, that zaps the life out of you on a daily basis. But it's also temporary. It doesn't have to be forever. The other thing is look into expungement. Start researching expungement as you're working that sucky job. Research expungement, because then if it's available to you, once you get that taken care of, that can open up so many other doors to you. The other thing is, don't do what I did and just think you're going to do something with your life and sign up for college and start, doing research. Make sure, if you have a criminal record, that the job or the career path or something you're looking into, you're going to be able to do it. I spun my wheels a lot because, I thought I'd be able to do some things, and I wasn't. Along the line, a lot of people said, why don't you go into addiction counseling? I took offense at it, because I figured, is that all you're telling me I can do? Now, I may have very well been good at it. I don't know. But I just, at the time, I was like, no, I can do something else. It doesn't have to be the cliche of the ex-addict becoming a drug counselor. Like, I can do something else. So I didn't follow that path. And now, all of a sudden, at 45, I'm looking at, like, maybe I will go into some kind of therapy. Maybe that is the path for me. But yeah, looking into expungement, and that's about it, because everything else, you just got to have some grit, and you got to, I'm not going to say you can't be discouraged, because you're going to be discouraged. It's an emotion you're going to have. But you got to start the way of what's important to you, and what you want out of life. Like, I didn't want to go back to jail anymore. No matter what I was going to do in life, I didn't want to go back to jail. That's not the place I wanted to be.
Why not?
Spend my time there.
Why were you so adamant about not wanting to go back?
Because it's a horrible way to live. You're locked away in this, like, in this short life, you're locked away in this place for years at a time. When I was 18, I had this cellmate in the county jail. He was like 45, and he was my age now. He was 45. And I remember him saying, his name was Lloyd, and funny guy. And I remember him saying, like Raj on Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon.
Okay.
He said, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
And at that time, at 18, I thought, I never, ever want to be in the position where I'm saying that. Like, I'm sitting in a cell at 45 saying, I'm getting too old for this shit. And I was on my way there, because I didn't get clean until I was 28. And at 28, I was saying that. The point is, like, that's not how I didn't want to live my life like that anymore. I think I said early on,